as the battle between fused warriors begins. We're just gonna call him Marble. I don't know. Marble says Gotenks may look different, but his power still doesn't match his own. Gotenks only reiterates that he doesn't have time to talk. Jumping back to Gohan, he can only marvel at the kind of training they must have been through the past couple days. And merely 2 days ago, we're taken to the room of Spirit and Time where Goten and Trunks are training furiously. Giving us a little more info, Trunks says that it's been a month since they've entered this place, and they both finally managed to unlock Super Saiyan 2, before also saying that he believes it's time to go ahead with their secret plan. Goten says, "Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something about that." Taking out a capsule, Trunks unveils the Blux Amplifier. Goten instantly knows the potential the device carries. With this, Trunks' plan is revealed to become Super Saiyan 4, calling for Oob to come help him with their training. He asks him to use the Blux Waves to turn them both into Azarus, then asks Oob to fight them both until they've regained their minds. Being the prodigy that he is, he should be able to handle it. Oob agrees, saying he'll give it his all. Instead of using the amplifier on each of them individually, Trunks calls on Goten to fuse. As soon as the fusion is complete, Goten tells Oob to deploy the waves. Shuddering at the immense ki of the Great Ape, Oob tells himself that if he can't handle this, then there's no way he can stand up to the evil dragons. Catching a blow to the face, the hit seems to do a little bit of damage, but remaining optimistic, Oob shouts that this is the feeling he's been waiting for. As it seems the situation has reached its conclusion, the gang sits around trying to catch their breath. Trunks asks Goten if he retained any sense of consciousness. Goten tells him, yeah, somehow, but he couldn't move his body. But if the both of them aren't fully conscious, they won't be able to go Super Saiyan 4. Thinking, Trunks says, I know, suggesting a call like the one during the fight with Eyes. Pan kept calling out for Gohan. Because they have mixed Earthling blood, the likelihood for them to retain their senses is much higher than Goku or Vegeta's. So next time, the plan is to have Oob call out to them. Maybe that way, they'll return to their normal mind. Hopeful, Oob says he's willing to give it a shot. So the training is soon resumed with trial and error. And after the third day, they finally succeeded in becoming Super Saiyan 4. Soaking it all in, Oob thinks to himself, this is a result of our training. They finally mastered the transformation. Back in present time, Gotenks asks his foe, well, are you ready? You did it! You really did it, Gotenks! In the world of the Kais, the others celebrate this victory as well. But as the smoke settles, this battle is not yet won. What's with this guy? Impossible! And at the worst possible moment, the fusion wears off. Naturally, Kibito Kai expresses great concern at this. Knowing it's going to be a while before they can fuse again, Trunks tries to think of a plan. Though beaten and weary, Marble tells the boys, now, prepare yourselves! As Goten just wonders how he can still be alive. That's when Oob decides he's done enough watching, claiming the demon has taken on too much damage to defeat him. Don't poke fun at me, runt. Oob! As Oob goes to charge a Kamehameha, it appears he may want to end this with one attack. As I thought, your strength has dropped quite a lot. However, I'm not gonna hesitate. I'll protect the Earth! Giving it his all, Oob's Kamehameha overtakes Marble, and it appears the attack has left no trace of the demon. The gang begins to celebrate once more. Even the Kais appear to believe the battle is won. Gohan says aloud, you did very well, Oob, Trunks, and Goten. But as a man of business, Vegeta just wants to continue the training. And back on Earth, like father like son, Trunks says the same thing. For the first time, Earth was saved by Trunks, Oob, and Goten. However, the Z-Fighters didn't know that the real test was yet to come. Back on the lookout, Trunks reasons with Goten that they must be out of shape. That's why their bodies weren't able to sustain the fusion for very long. And here on out, he wants to put their focus on just recovering their basic strength. Oob is seen meditating, then thinking to himself, during that battle, a mysterious power came out. I wonder what it was. But somehow, it felt very nostalgic. There must be some unknown power I've yet to realize. If only I can draw it out by training more and more. And on the other end, it looks like Vegeta and Gohan both have grown their tails back. The old guy says, that might have taken a while, but it's time to begin training at once. Next, you must freely be able to become Super Saiyan 4. While this is a roadblock for Gohan, Vegeta says that'll be no problem, as he instantly transforms. He comments that as long as he has a tail, he knows the trick to the transformation. While he is proud of Vegeta, he says, regardless, I'd like to explain to you the details of the training. Gohan's only goal is to master going Super Saiyan 4. But Vegeta, on the other hand, he will delve into emotional control training, his worst nightmare. Simple enough, Old Kai plans to put Vegeta under a spell. If he can disable it on his own, he passes the training. In a possible case of foreshadowing, he says that while this spell is active, he will be unable to cast any other spell. He then explains that he believes overwhelming rage and murderous intent will be necessary triggers to transform into Super Saiyan 5. That's why if you're able to control your emotions, you should be able to control the transformation. Then giving Vegeta one last warning that the spell he's about to cast may kill him. But I think we all know how the Prince of All Saiyans feels about that. Then giving Vegeta one last warning, saying that even if he is able to dispel it, there's no guarantee it'll help him transform into a Super Saiyan 5, causing Gohan to ask, well then, isn't all of this pointless? But Old Kai argues no. According to his calculations, he believes that the likelihood that he'll be able to transform is quite high, but at the same time, nothing is guaranteed. But you're gonna have to trust an old fella every once in a while. If Vegeta is firmly able to maintain consciousness, he should be able to snap out of it. Old Kai says all he has to do is believe in the miracle that is Gohan and Vegeta. Finally deciding that's enough talking, he then says let's get down to it. As the wave makes contact, Vegeta reacts very similar to when he is being possessed by Babidi, but then he starts laughing hysterically, leaving Gohan confused, but Kibito Kai thinks he knows what's going on, as Vegeta struggles to regain control over himself. He then falls into a spout of anger, when Kibito Kai says, oh, just as I suspected. He had heard from the great Kaioshin from ages ago that they possess various different types of abilities. Usually these abilities were combat or ki-based, but it was said that one Kaioshin from long ago could manipulate the emotions of living things. While he doesn't know the name of the spell, there is also one that could numb emotions, somebody's joys, anger, sadness, and confuse them with illusions, furthering that that spell is very dangerous. It has the potential to cause brain damage to the target or even the host. Asking why Old Kai would use it if it's that dangerous, Kibito Kai says he thinks he understands his ancestors' thinking. He thinks that by having Vegeta dispel the spell with his own power, he'll be able to draw out his own emotion beyond the limit. With that, Gohan finally understands the meaning behind emotional control training, something that for somebody so smart seems like it would be common sense. But to detract from Vegeta, Gohan says he can't sit idly by and must begin his training as well. So Gohan and Vegeta's training to exceed their limits continued. Meanwhile, an abnormal change was happening to Goku's body that Gohan and the others were still unaware of. On the lookout yet again, the Dragon Balls appear to have cracked, as Dende says, this key, it can't be. Rushing inside and down the hall, the Dragon Balls are now glowing. This can't be. How could this happen? That's when Popo turns the corner to ask what's going on. But all Dende can say is, Popo, hurry up and contact Gohan and the others. Something terrible has happened. Back in the world of the Kais, Vegeta continues his training. Kibito Kai says that this is incredible. Vegeta's mental strength must be insane to be able to keep this up for an entire day. Gohan's doing good as well. And of course, during this emotional training for Vegeta, the only one he can think about is Kakarot, and how he's managed to outdo him ever since they met. He then decides he's finished being shown up. As everything comes to a settle, it appears he's unlocked the transformation. Even from Earth, the boys can feel his immense strength, with Trunks being the first to say that he believes it's his dad. Oob comments that it feels like he's standing right next to him. As Goten can pretty much only gawk, Trunks continues. Father, it appears your training was successful. Vegeta looks like he's still trying to control the form. As Gohan adds, wow, what furious ki. Kibito Kai congratulates the Saiyan, and Old Kai says that it looks like things went well. Just then, Vegeta falls out of the form. Gohan tells him that that was amazing. He can't believe he was able to transform in such a brief period of time. But Vegeta, ever the cocky warrior, says that of course, it was nothing. Then inquires Gohan about his progress. And unfortunately, nothing yet. Calling him pathetic, he tells him to recall the moment where he transformed during the battle with Eyes. Imagine drawing the ki from his tail. Then if he's able to remain fully aware, he should be able to transform. Admitting he never even thought about the tail thing, he'll give it a try. Just then, Old Kai gets a call from Dende, asking what's up. Dende says something terrible has happened. It appears this call's on speaker because Gohan can hear too. The Guardian of Earth then says that it looks like Goku's vitality has reached its limit. Both Old Kai and Vegeta demand he explain, saying that these past 3 years, Goku has been holding back all the negative energy from overflowing by continuously releasing his own positive energy. However, it seems Goku's vitality didn't last as long as expected because the evil energy is more powerful than thought. By his own estimate, Dende thinks Goku will only last another 3 days. By then, Goku will be completely overtaken by the evil energy, and the seal on the evil dragon will likely be undone. Gohan says that means they only have a day or so left to undo the seal, or his father's life will be in danger. Dende confirms this, saying that if they don't hurry and undo the seal, Goku's life will be in jeopardy. As Old Kai just says aloud, it can't be helped. Then following that up with,
"That's right, Gohan. You must master transforming into a Super Saiyan 5 within the remaining day."
but it's still important they take things one step at a time, saying that he must first go Super Saiyan 4. In the meantime, he's gonna need a quick rest. So Kibito Kai lends him some of his power. Falling back into his mind, Gohan imagines gathering ki from his tail and maintaining full awareness. As he begins to scream and power up, it appears this was the missing piece from his training. Since they don't have a moment to spare, Old Kai says let's start the spell immediately. Yes sir! Hitting Gohan with the wave, he goes through the same spells as Vegeta. On Earth, Trunks shouts to Goten that they only have one day left until the evil dragon is born, so they need to give it all they've got. As Dende just pleads for Goku to hang in there a little bit longer. As time goes by in the world of the Kais, Gohan remains under the spell for almost an entire day. Given his own experience, Vegeta says with the powerful sentiment he has, Gohan should be able to transform soon. Thinking back to Pan's death, Gohan apologizes to his daughter. It's all because of his own weakness, but he vows to bring her back. Reaching his breaking point, he too is able to achieve Super Saiyan 5. Not long later, both he and Vegeta would gather on the lookout with the others. As Dende brings forth the Dragon Balls, it appears they're finally ready to summon the evil dragon. So Gohan calls out Shenron and asks that he grant his wish. But of course, an ominous smoke appears instead. At last, the seal on the Dragon Balls has been undone. Will Gohan and the others be able to triumph over the evil dragon, now that its power has increased even more?